All right, everyone, welcome back to YouTube. My name is Daniel, and today we will continue the Active Directory Domain Services project. So quickly, what I'm doing right now, I'm going to create some users to make this Active Directory a little bit more colorful. And by that meaning, we will make users with vulnerable passwords, and we'll create many. So quickly, let's just move on to tools, and then Active Directory, users and computers. As you can tell, this is our domain controller, and here's our forest and OUs, organizational units. Let me correct that. So here will be computers join and the domain controller, which is the one we have, funnel security principles, groups, which I made yesterday, and manage service account, which we hasn't set up yet, and then our users. As right now, we only have administrator, and let's create another administrator. We'll say new. No, we just copy, and then we just so our first, let me see, admin is just administrator. So let me quickly start up with giving him a, let's say, a SQL administrator. All right. Full name, SQL administrator, user logo name. All right. That's what we're gonna do over here. Copy that and put it right here. Paste, and we'll go by the name convention. So this guy will be named back, our admin, back. Last name Santos. All right. And he's a SQL administrator. Next. Password never expire. Let's see if we can find something fun. And let's just do that again. So I've been having a little bit of difficulties. I do not know what are the length set up for these password policies. And this has given me a little bit of trouble. Let me retype this, because I'm trying to honestly set up simple passwords that I can remember. Password do not match. Let's try that again. Whoa. I missed something. And let's see if it goes. Okay. Password never expire. And I have to write that down quickly. Let's just say finish. SQL. All right, so let's now make a new user. And this user will be just a regular user. And let's start giving them credentials and see what we get. So we'll have Fred. Fred Smith. All right, user logon. Fred. And then let's get the password. All right, so let's have two new regular users to sort of work on password reusing user. And they both will have the same Password. Carlos James. Login name, Carlos. Oh, let me give it a little more label to that name. I'm terrible at giving names. All right. Let's get a password. It's a long password, by the way. I definitely need to cut that short because it's gonna take so long to break this password. Let me just redo this because we're going for vulnerable, not complicated. All right, almost there. Bear with me. All right, on our way, never expires. Password should never expires. The user will not be required to change. Thank you. Okay, that one went through. Um, all right, so now we're gonna duplicate this um, user or password we use. And the way we do that is by copy pasting this. It's finished. Um, because password does not meet. Oh wow, you waited so long. All right, so it looks like we have password issues again. All right, let's try something different. How about we do this guy's name? No, no, because we're doing password reuse. Again, terrible at giving names, terrible at giving passwords. Um, all right, let's figure this one out. Password not match. Oh, it seems to like it though. We'll see when these guys logging in to their systems. All right, so let's duplicate this. All right, so let's go through the process of enabling um, SM, SPN quickly. So let me give you a definition of what service principal name is. It's a unique identifier for a service instance in Active Directory. So it's very important to enable it. SPN are used by Kerberos authentication to associate a service instance with service sign-in account, allowing clients to request service authentication even if they don't know the account name. Okay, so some of the key points for SPN is the unique identifier. Each SPN uniquely identifies a service instance. This is crucial for Kerberos authentication, which relies on SPN to authenticate services. The format on SPN typically includes services type, the host name, and sometimes the port number. Um, Registration, SBN must be registered on the account object that the service instance uses to sign in. This can be done by automatically or done by some services, or usually using tools like Set SPN. In our case, we're gonna do it manually just to go to it and just assure that we have the service enabled. And then let's get to the CMD. We'll do a via command line. And then let's figure out some of the steps. All right, so we're gonna set this SPN to enable service for the SQL server. So set SPN -A, and then we're gonna need our server name and the server, and then our domain name as well with the local and the port, and then we're gonna name it. So to be more accurate, we will need to scoop up our server name and domain. So let's see what's out here, and this is what our server name looks like. It's online, so let me just copy all this information and put it on a note, and then develop this command. For right now, the most valuable information we have out of this copy paste was the server's name, and then we'll quickly grab our domain server name. So server name, and next we will be needing a slash between that. // and then the service we use in SQL service SQL service that domain, and it's cyberguard.local, and then we need a port number. So 1.12.3. Let me make sure I got that right for the SQL port. All right, so we'll put our money on 14.3.3. All right, and then leave a space, domain name /service // SQL service. SQL service. And pretty much, let's try that. All right, registering, updated object, and now let's check. Yeah, it's been updated, it's been created, so we can see our data over here. It's showing up, and yeah, pretty much that's what it is in order to have the capabilities to authenticate a service names. And I mean, most of these services, when you enable them, they automatically get it assigned, but this is the way to do it manually. And for security purposes, it's good for to have it enabled for each application that needs authorization and service authorization through Kerberos. And for this part, this is it. After that, we can create shares and join desktop on our domain controller. Let's keep moving on, setting up more services. All right, so moving forward, let's close these windows right now. Because now we're gonna need to enable ports for SMB to be open and available. So we're gonna have to set up shares on this PC. So what we're gonna do, let's not save this. We're gonna go to C drive on this PC, and then let's create a folder to have access to, and it's going to be access me. Let's just give it a more distinguished name convention. Access me, obvious name, share. All right, so we have that going, and now we'll have to enable SMB, and that'll be done in the file share. So let's go into our domain controller, all servers, local server, dashboard, file storage service. We have one. After we access this, and let's build up from here. Let's go to shares, net logon, use, and let's see if we can enable SMB so those ports will be accessible. All right, so into shares, we'll say new share, share quick. Next, let's set our share location. Let's set up the location and custom path to the share. We see, I don't know, maybe it's custom path. Let's browse to our folder. Access me. That's going to be the one selected. I think we have to give it a name. Custom path. It's done. Select by volume. This one. See what we got. Local shares, share name. Let's choose a name for this share. And let's say users, share name. Or let's just give it our shares name, the one we have. Access me. Access me. Yep. Let's just remember that. Hold on. Share. Simple as that. Share and remote path to share. Next. Allow caching. Next. 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 Let's see what's enabled and what's disabled. Encrypted data is on plain text. Access based on enumeration. Disable. All right, let's go to previews quickly because I would like to see. Okay, so have the names. They're right. Let me check back on something. All right, so names are well done and we'll create it. Now it's completed and close. So definitely we got our share